It's simply an unavoidable truth that at last every food item the world is totally obsessed with will be suspended. A few fans actually hold resentment against the food maker even many years after the fact. Most of us shake our heads and can't help thinking about what sort of madness overwhelmed our generally refined palates.
We ask ourselves how we were tricked into intuition these foodie trends were scrumptious as well as nutritious also. Here are the food things that appear to be problematic. Best case scenario.
Wiener wrap was imagined as an approach to stove heat the sausage and bun together in one stage. The jar of 6-level sheets of mixture made by Pillsbury effectively wrapped flawlessly around the individual sausage. You set them on a treat sheet, and after 20 minutes out came a full, hot, delicious sausage in a delightful warm bun. Wiener wrap came in 3 flavors: plain, cheddar, and onion. These were a moment top pick in kitchens all over the country since it was a thing teens could set up without help from anyone else. The whole age of individuals in their 50s recalls when mom and dad quit cooking for a very long time and let the children eat wiener wraps each night after they joined the bowling association or went out drinking with their companions.
In the event that one of your friends in the cafeteria had a cool wiener wrap in their lunch box, you'd be certain they were either extremely fortunate or totally disregarded.
Like such countless vigorously handled things of the 70s, wiener wrap went the method of the canine as the heart-stimulating exercise development powered a pattern towards better eating. Frito-Lay showcased and delivered Wow potato chips and Wow Doritos from 1998 to 2002. These shoddy nourishment things contain the recently created Olestra, a fat substitute that contains no calories, subsequently bringing down or wiping out a fat substance of a food thing totally. Wow items were ridiculously effective in the principal year of creation, with an underlying deals take of $400 million. Be that as it may, it didn't take long for Wow buyers to be wound down by the appalling incidental effects revealed as stomach squeezing, the runs, and butt-centric spillage. One can envision these gross incidental effects never really reinforced the standing of this new item. Much obliged to you, Jane, your party was radiant. Sway and I woke up with a mean instance of looseness of the bowels, and we needed to toss out our clothing. Something else, your tidbits were the bomb. Pizza spins were a General Mills low-quality nourishment thing designed in 1968 and suspended in 1975. Purchaser studies of the 60s demonstrated pizza to be the main character profile all Americans hungered for. Thus the race was on to consummate a definitive crunchy pizza-enhanced nibble food. General Mills printed this expression on the rear of each container of pizza spins, all the genuine tasty pizza flavor in a munchy, crunchy, mouth-sized tidbit. What they did exclude, however, most likely ought to have, was a safeguard expressing that pizza spins had all the kind of a corrosive heartburn burp energized by sawdust in your distant Annie Matilda's 7-day-old spaghetti sauce. Not even the solid intestinal system of a 10-year-old kid could get away from the agonizing consuming sensation in the gut subsequent to devouring a small bunch or two of these little impersonation pizza wheels. Clean-up gum, promoted as the gum that goes squirt, was first made available for purchase to the general population in 1975 and stopped in 2019. It was accessible in cinnamon, spearmint, peppermint, and bubblegum flavors. The illogical selling purpose in this biting gum item was that when you bit into the gum, it burst forward with a rich gel that supposedly spurted your breath with reward. If your first involvement in freshen up gum was being offered a piece that had been hefted around in somebody's
pocket or sitting on the mid-control area of a hot vehicle.
You were blessed to receive the most disagreeable astonishment of a hot, uncommonly seasoned semi-fluid goo detonating in your mouth. Your cerebrum then, at that point, needed to conclude whether to choke, stifle, swallow, or acclimatize the hot goo into the biting gum for a most upsetting 20 seconds or thereabouts. Crystallize 123 was a suite of accommodation that promoted itself as dessert with two fixings. In TV advertisements, Jello 123 was depicted similar to a wellspring of interest to look as it created in the singular serving dishes it was filled in the wake of being ready. The natural product enhanced powder was blended in a blender with high-temp water. What at first showed up as a shady fluid blend before long isolated and sunk into 3 unmistakable layers. The principal layer was thick, while the subsequent layer was freely like a rich custard, and the third layer was somewhere close to a blend of sodden wipe and froth. One box made 4 small parcels, each scarcely filling a custard cup. It's very conceivable that ingesting a bigger measure of this abnormal substance blend coordinated in a research center would cause unavoidable disgorging. Jello 123's vivid tones look similar to the substance of a youngster's stomach following a day at the reasonable eating an excessive amount of cotton treats.
Oscar Mayer sandwich spread was an item sold in a plastic cylinder in the sausage segment of the supermarket. It was made of chicken, pork,
and meat results ground up into a glue with added flavors and pickle relish. In case you weren't an aficionado of cut bologna sandwiches with everything on the side.
Or it was simply an excessive amount of work to put one through and through, then, at that point, Oscar Mayer sandwich spread was a culinary dream materialized. Stage 1.
Cut open the plastic cylinder. Stage 2. Slather the bologna glue on bread. Presto. In less than 30 seconds, you had an intensely sweet-smelling sandwich that was basically currently baking for you. Obviously, cooking a wiener or isolating bits of bologna was too intense an errand for a great deal of people. Shockingly for Oscar Mayer sandwich spread fans, this item was ceased a couple of years prior. How might you tell the taste contrast between a sticky bear and a without sugar sticky bear? You can't. Until somewhere close to minutes to hours in the wake of devouring a modest bunch or two of the Haribo sans sugar sticky bears, you are overwhelmed by the scourge of maltitol.
A sugar liquor utilized as a sugar substitute in many desserts.
Maltitol goes about as a truly incredible diuretic in nearly each and every individual who is sufficiently awful to burn through it off guard. Who might have figured the pleasurable demonstration of reveling relentless in a bundle of adorable minimal sticky bears could prompt the anguish of visiting the porcelain god endlessly with touchy the runts? Quickly, by any stretch of the imagination, Haribo astutely settled on the choice to eliminate these malignant little bears from their treats arrangement. Be careful, different organizations have not rushed to do likewise.